Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today is part 3 in a menu planning series that I started last year. Now if you want to catch up on parts 1 and part 2, then check out the links in the description box. I'll have those so you can go watch these. Now this video today is going to be about how to save money and to get a cheap meal plan and grocery list. This video was prompted by some huge medical expenses that we have coming up, and we have some other financial things going on. Which this is not a financial channel, but I am going to be sharing some financial things later on, probably in May, so you're not going to want to miss that video. So if you haven't already subscribed, make sure you subscribe and hit the little bell so that way you get notifications when I post videos. So like I said, this video is prompted by us having to save some money, and so with our grocery budget, I'm going to try to keep it as cheap as possible, only by the necessities. So today I'm going to share with you how to get a cheap menu plan and grocery list, and I've got some tips for you, so let's jump right in. So my first tip is to eat out of your pantry and freezer and refrigerator. This is actually the first video that I did in this series, so you can find that link in the description box like I said earlier, and I go more into detail on how to come up with a meal plan with stuff that you already have. So as part of saving money with a meal plan, obviously using up what you already have is going to be the biggest money saver. So what you're going to want to do is take inventory of stuff that you already have in your freezer and your pantry and just see what meals you can come up with that, so that way you don't have to buy stuff. And you may already have it in your freezer and you may not know it, and then you'll buy it and you already had it and didn't know it. So it's a good thing to always shop in your freezer and your pantry before you even come up with a grocery list. So most of our dinners are based around meat, and so I first want to check and see what meat we have in the refrigerator or the freezer, because meat is pretty expensive. So I want to see what meat I have so that way I don't have to go out and buy a bunch of meat. So my second tip, and these are really in no particular order, but my second tip for you is to shop your sales ads. Now, every week I get an ad in the paper of all the different sales. Now, I don't like to shop around at 50,000 different stores. I like to limit it to 2 or 3 stores, which I usually go to Walmart, Sprouts, and Costco. So that's basically what I do. And sometimes stores, I know Walmart does, they can price match. So go through, look at your ads. If you're like us and have meat as your main dish, see what meat is on sale, and see what meals you can come up with the meat that's on sale. You know, whatever else, any produce, what's on sale, you know, just look at that and see what you want to buy. I like to stick with carrots and apples and lettuce because those are usually the cheapest ones. Of course, I'll check what other fruit's on sale and see if that's comparable to the price of apples or whatever. So that way I'm getting the cheaper of the produce, and you just want to check your ads and don't forget to price match. So as you're meal planning, try to avoid dishes with specific ingredients that you don't already have on hand, like certain spices that you may not have or certain ingredients that you may not have, because then you have to go out and you have to buy it to use it to make your dish. Now, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with making dishes with weird ingredients that you don't normally have, but when you're budget conscious and you're trying to come up with a cheap menu plan, you don't want to go out and buy all these little ingredients for one little dish here and there. Save it for the next time when you have a little bit more money to spend and you can splurge a little bit. If you do, however, choose to go ahead and buy an ingredient for a meal, then look on Pinterest or look online and see if you can find other dishes with that same ingredient. So that way you can stretch it further and you're not wasting any of these weird ingredients. Well, not necessarily weird ingredients, but ingredients you wouldn't normally have on hand. That's what I mean by weird ingredients, if you know what I mean. So try to utilize everything that you buy to use it in all your dishes instead of just buying one little thing for one little dish. That is going to help save you some money. So tip number 3 is to utilize your leftovers and try to stretch meals as far as you can get them. Now, it's easy for us because we only have 3 of us. Miles doesn't really eat very much. So when we do have leftovers, I can usually make it into another meal. If you have a larger family, that might be a little bit more difficult, so you can be more creative when you do that. But like if I make a roast in the crock pot, then I like to take the leftovers and separate it out and put one with barbecue sauce so we can have barbecue beef sandwiches. The other one I'll season with taco meat, and we'll have shredded beef tacos or burritos or something. So try to think of ways that you can utilize your meals and turn them into other meals. When I make chili or like a taco soup, we like to have the leftovers as a taco salad. So it just helps to stretch out your meals a little bit further. And if you're getting multiple meals out of one meal, that's going to really help save you some money. So tip number 4 is to make double of what you're making and freeze it for a later use. Now I do my menu plan 2 weeks in a row, so sometimes I'll have the same thing each week and I'll switch it up a little bit. But like lasagna, I'll usually make 2 pans at once and stick one in the freezer for a future use, because when I make lasagna, I buy a tub of cottage cheese instead of ricotta cheese. We like cottage cheese, and I don't end up using the whole tub. So this goes back to the other tip of utilizing your ingredients also. So I like to make 2 pans of it, and then also with the noodles, I buy a 1-pound package and half of it is only for 1 pan of lasagna. So I could just buy 1 package of noodles and 1 container of cottage cheese, and that makes it into 2 meals, and then I stick 1 in the freezer for the next week or for a later time. So if you can make a large amount, especially like if the ingredients are on sale or something, or if you have you know, leftovers of some of the ingredients, go ahead and make double to freeze it for a later use, and that'll also help you save money for future menu planning. Another thing is to come up with cheap meals. Now, cheap meals are not fancy meals. Spaghetti, burritos, taco salad, those are all pretty cheap meals. So if you can think of any other cheap meals that you like to make, leave a comment down below, and I would love to hear what your ideas for cheap meals are. I'm always on the lookout for cheap meals, so leave me a comment down below and let me know. Now, one thing to keep in mind, buying in bulk is always going to be cheapest most of the time. But when you're on a strict budget for the week or 2 weeks, however often you shop, you don't necessarily always have the money to buy a huge bag of something. Like cheese, for example. It's a lot cheaper to buy a big thing of cheese than you know, a little thing of cheese. But if you don't have the money to buy the huge bag of cheese or whatever else is in bulk, then go ahead, don't feel bad about buying a little small container of it just to get you through the week if you don't have that much money to spend. But then later on, when you do have a little bit more money to spend, then you can go ahead and stock up on the big things in bulk to help in the future for saving and meal planning and stuff. So those are all my tips I have for you. What I am going to do right now is I'm going to take inventory of what I have. I'm going to follow all my tips that I just shared with you, and I'm going to come up with a 2-week menu plan and a grocery list, and I'll show you what I come up with. So here's everything I came up with. I have my Costco list, my Sprouts list, and my Walmart list. So for my meals, I'm going to do spaghetti twice. That's always a cheap meal. That's what I always default to when I'm looking for a cheap meal. And we do have it once a week, and that just kind of helps out with the budget, and we like spaghetti, and Miles loves it. So we're gonna have that twice. We usually do that on Mondays. And then burritos we're gonna have twice. I only found 2 packages of ground beef in there, so 1 pound each. So I think I'm going to do 1 burritos with ground beef, and I always mix it with like the black beans to help stretch it further. So that's another way to help keep the meal cheap by stretching your meat further. And then the other one, I think I'm going to take a boneless skinless chicken breast that I have in the freezer, and I'm going to put it in the crock pot with taco seasoning and let it like cook and shred and stuff. Because the chicken, some of the chicken I have in there is really rubbery and it doesn't taste very good grilled. So I think that would be a good way to use that up. And then I'm going to make some taco soup, which is like chili. And then with the leftovers of the taco soup, I'm going to make taco salad. So we probably won't have that back to back. We'll probably have it like 2 nights later. And then grilled chicken ×4. I have a couple packages of boneless skinless chicken breasts and then some boneless skinless thighs. So I'll switch that up and do different seasonings and stuff. So that'll be 4 meals. And then pizza ×2, we'll have that on Friday nights. And then the pork line at Sprouts is on sale. So I'm going to cut some into pork chops, and then some I'll put in the crock pot and mix with barbecue sauce for pulled pork sandwiches. And we'll have 1 each week, so we're not having like pork all the time. And I don't really need, if you're looking at my shopping list, there's really no meat on there except for the pork line because I have all the meat in the freezer that I need. So then down here we got some things going on this week. Our church is doing a brunch for Easter, so I'm going to make some coffee cake. I'm pretty sure I have all the stuff. It's blueberry coffee cake, so I have all the stuff for that. And then for lunch, I need to bring a dessert to our friend's house. And I have a box of gluten-free cake mix, so I think I'm just going to make cupcakes. One of our friends that's going to be there, she can't have gluten, so I think I'm just going to cook that up. And then also I'm hosting a homeschool preschool play date at my house this week, and so I need to provide a snack So I'm gonna think about what I'm gonna do there, and I think I'm going to make sugar cookies and we'll decorate them and learn how to mix different colors and make different colors and stuff like that, because it's like an educational play date. So I think we're gonna do that. So that's my shopping list. So I'm gonna go shopping and then I'm gonna show you my grocery haul, what I got. So here's everything I got at Walmart. I spent just under $30, which seems like a lot for this little amount that I bought. But I got some cookie cutters here. These ones here were like 97 cents each, and I just thought these were so cute. These would be perfect for the play date to do the sugar cookies. And then I also got these ones, the little bunny and the carrot, and this was like $1.44. And then I got these muffin liners, and they were out of the cheap ones, so these I think were $1.50 for only 75. And then I got these little spring colored sprinkles, and then this will be for our cupcake toppings for Easter Sunday, and then also we'll use them for the cookies. I got a pack of eggs. Normally I like to buy the really good ones at Costco, but these were pretty cheap, and I'm making cupcakes and blueberry coffee cake for Sunday, and then the cookies, so I'm going to be using a lot of eggs, so I just thought I'd get the cheap ones. These were like less than $1.50. And then I got some powdered sugar to make the icing for the cupcakes and the cookies. And then of course I had to buy a pack of gloves. I've been out of gloves, or the one I have has a hole in it, so these are my favorite kind here. They're really thick and really long. And then I got some honey ham. This one has no nitrates in it. I like to buy the one with no nitrates. Normally I get the one from Trader Joe's, but I'm not going there, so this is my second choice. I got some pasta, some pineapple for the pizza, and some shaving cream. This is everything I got at Sprouts. I spent $56.12, and I got some cereal. The Barber's brand was buy one get one free, so they came out to be $2.50 each. And the cornflakes, I like to make granola and then we mix them both, and then it's kind of like Honey Bunches of Oats. So, and then I just got the cinnamon one, but this will probably last us a good while if I make granola and we mix it up. And then I got some animal crackers for Miles. These were only $1.99. And then I got 2 things of butter. These were on sale for $2.99 each. I'm going to be using a lot of butter in the baking that I'm doing the next couple days. And I got some vanilla extract. I only have a tiny bit left, and since all the baking that I'm going to be doing needs vanilla, this was on sale. And this is the pure vanilla extract. It's not the imitation stuff. And I got a bag of potatoes. These are just russet potatoes, a 5-pound bag for $2.50. They were on sale. Normally I buy the organic ones, but the organic ones were twice the price, and I'm gonna be sacrificing organic stuff for cost here the next couple weeks, so I just got that. And then here is the pork loin that I got. It was on sale for $1.99 a pound, so this one was one of the smaller ones they had in there. So this came to $8.39, and so I'm pretty sure I'll definitely get 2 meals out of this, but I might even get 3. So maybe 2 meals of pork chops, because I'll slice them about 1/2 inch thick, and we usually use about 3 each meal, so maybe I can get 6 pork chops out of half of this, and then the other half I'll put in the crock pot with barbecue sauce. Okay, and then I got some sweet potatoes. These were on sale for 98 cents a pound, and these were organic. So I just got 2 of them, and this was a little over, I think this was like 2 pounds. So $2 on sweet potatoes. I'm gonna make sweet potato fries with our pork chops. And then these carrots were on sale for 98 cents a bag. And then also these are opal apples, I think is what they were. Yeah, opal apples. And I had a coupon on the Sprouts app, so these 4 apples costed $1, which is a pretty good price for apples. I need some flour for all my baking, and then I got some dried black beans. Normally I buy them at Costco in the cans because they're more convenient that way, but this bag was only $1.39, and I can get several meals out of this. The only thing is I'm just gonna have to make sure that once I freeze them, I'll take them out soon enough to thaw. That's the only disadvantage to dried beans, but they are a lot cheaper than the canned. And then I got a can of the kidney beans and the Great Northern beans for the taco soup. These they didn't have dried beans in, but these were on sale for 79 cents each. And then this here is back out. I use it for the cloth diapers. And then I also got this loaf of sourdough bread. This makes really good garlic toast. So I just slice it up and then stick it in the freezer and pull it out as I need it. And then I got a bag of cuties. This is a 3-pound or 2-pound bag. It was just a little over $2. At Costco, I spent $71.15, and I got flour tortillas. These are the uncooked kind. These are the best ever. There's 50 of them in there, and we literally go through all those in 2 weeks. We eat burritos, and then we also for lunch have quesadillas like almost every day because it's something quick and easy. And these are like only a little over $6 for 50, which is a really good price. And then I got this spring mix. They were completely out of lettuce. They had absolutely no lettuce. So I know I'm trying to save money, but this was $3.99, which is the same price as their 6-pack of organic lettuce. And so I just figured I'd get the same thing, and the date on here is the 27th. So this, I don't think this is going to last the full 2 weeks because it's not as much as 6 heads of lettuce, but I needed lettuce and I don't want to go back out to the store. So I just got this one, and then I needed some strawberry jelly. And then I got some spaghetti sauce, I got some cheese, we're almost out of cheese, and then I got 3 loaves of our favorite bread, and this one got smushed because Miles stepped on it in the cart. And I got some bananas, they're pretty green, and then also I got some almond milk, the unsweetened vanilla, and I forgot to buy the hamburger buns for our pulled pork sandwiches. So I'm thinking, because I don't want to go back to the store, I think I'm just going to just eat them on regular sandwich bread, which will taste good. I think that'll work, and it'll be cheaper too because I don't have to go out and buy hamburger buns. And then I also got a bag of water softener salt, and then also some toilet paper. And I also got this bag of frozen pineapple chunks for smoothies. So that's everything I have for you guys. Leave me a comment below and let me know what money saving tips you have for grocery shopping and menu planning. And also let me know what cheap meals that you have on your menu that really help out with your budget. I'd love to know, and I'm sure other people watching would love to know as well. Give this video a thumbs up if you found it helpful. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video.